being forced to remove myself from the day to day is probably the best thing that ever happened to the business. And when I had the right players in the right positions and really gave them autonomy to run the business, like going back 3 years, there's no way I thought I could leave for a year and the business would get stronger and scale. But that's what happened because the right people in the right place. So I'm pretty passionate about my culture and my crew. I see them more of like as employees. I see them more as people I can really bless and be a huge part of their growth in life.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by Zack Ponder. Zack is a friend of mine from Rise Up Kings. In fact, a lot of our initial guests have been from Rise Up Kings, which is in many ways more meaningful, I found, just because we have that similar faith foundation. But Zack owns a remodeling company. He's a contractor. And we were just kind of talking through some of the issues that he has, and I'm excited to dive into it with him today. Zack, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, my first question is always the same. Who are you and how did we get to where we are today?
Yeah, Zach. I own Ponder Construction. Originally, we started as Ponder Brothers Renovations, and I started the company with my brother. He was all the skill, he was all the talent. He'd been in construction his entire life. I, my side of the agreement was I'd run the business and do the people thing and make sure we get paid, and that's kind of more where my skill set lies. So we went at it for 5 months. He had some family issues come up and he had to step away for a month. And we're like, you know what? I'll just run it for a month, see what happens. After that month, he was like, oh, I'm kind of over it. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to keep going by myself. So I pretty much ran around for a year by myself, watched YouTube quite a bit, just to be completely honest. And then I got smart and realized there's a lot of other people out there that are much better at a lot of these things than I am. So developed a team. Now we're going into our 4th year. I have 4 guys. I have a project manager, a foreman, in-house tile guy, and then kind of our jack of all trades guy, and full list of subs. And here we are.
Well, and you were saying, so before we hopped on the call, you're doing primarily, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I am a noob when it comes to this stuff, but it sounds like you're doing a lot of remodel work is kind of like your niche. Like, what are you actually doing for our audience? Like, what type of work are you doing?
Yeah, primarily. Well, so I'm in North Idaho. So summer times we're doing a lot of decks and fences, and then we always have something inside going on. So basically, once the drywall's up, we'll come in and finish it out. Trim, paint, floors, counters, cabinets, the whole jam. And if we don't do it in-house, we'll bring in the subs. Primarily, we do all the finished work in-house.
Okay. What are some of the challenges that you're facing? So you were talking about just before we hopped on, like materials, just is that just like delivering stuff on time, or like, walk me through kind of some of the challenges you guys are facing as a business.
I'd say some of that challenges, yeah, is efficiency with the materials. I mean, we order materials. For example, we're trying to finish a deck. We've been waiting on the fascia piece for like 2 months. Our vendor sent the wrong piece 2 times, and it takes 2 weeks each time to get here. So it's kind of created a cash flow issue. And then, right now too, it's summer, but we're going into winter. Winter typically slows down. So we're trying to line up the winter work because you have to be inside. It's 15 degrees and snowing for 5 months. So that's some of the issue. I mean, we're combating it with starting a water restoration branch. I'm a licensed water technician, same as my project manager. So this winter we're hoping to ramp that up because we can do from dry out to build back the whole jam.
That's sweet. Okay, typical pain points of builders, contractors, and feel free to add any other ones to this, but project management, estimation, hiring and maintaining skilled labor. And then I think also lead flow and bookkeeping. Like, what are, I think of all those areas we just mentioned, which one do you feel like you have dialed in, and which one do you feel like is keeping you up at night?
I'd say we've dialed in. I mean, the bookkeeping, I used to be a bookkeeper. I run on numbers, so tracking all the margins and everything. That's not so much an issue for us. Estimation was a big learning curve. Like I mentioned to you before we jumped on, this past 10 months, I've ran the business from San Diego for some medical issues. We had to go out there with my family. So my projects manager, without proper, without training, really. I mean, he checked a few jobs with me before I left, but he kind of got thrown in the thick of it. I mean, he's crushing it, and he's learning fast. But there's been a few estimation, so I guess I didn't have the systems in place, so that was kind of an issue.
What tools
Um,
are you using for that kind of stuff? Like, what's your like? Are you using Builder Trend, or what tools are you using?
we don't. I mean, we're just such a small niche in remodels, and they're not like commercial or anything massive. So I we just pull it up. We just take notes and then write it up on a Word doc
Yeah,
straight
I
up.
hear you. What do you, and so for the estimation, same thing. Are you typically using, do you have like a proprietary spreadsheet you've developed, or what are you doing to like spec out the work?
Yeah, I mean, we have a spreadsheet we've created with all of our square footage for like floors, trim, whatever. And then for decks as well, we just punch in numbers from the measurements we get when we check the job. That's definitely streamlined it. And it's really nice too, because I can see what's going on in real time. So that's been beneficial.
You cut out there for a sec. I'm sorry. Go back for, you were saying you have a spreadsheet you developed.
Yeah, so we do have a master spreadsheet that's shared with me and my project manager. So we can see it getting updated in live time. And it's for everything, for decks, for trim outs, floors, cabinets. Everything has a price, every square footage has a price. And that's really streamlined things for sure.
What are some of your unique value props? Like if I'm somebody looking to remodel my house, like what helps you get the deal versus the other guy? Like what do you typically lean on? Is it the quality of your work? Is it your family history, company story? Like what are the things you go back to?
Well, so North Idaho's got a pretty good reputation for contractors being shady. Um, so really, it's all word of mouth up here. I think 95% of our jobs came from word of mouth last year. So really, get in the community. We support the local high school. We'll do free jobs here and there for people in need. Stay involved in church, and mostly it's just I would say I think it's our vibe. To be honest, I think we're professional. We do what we say. We show up when we tell them we're going to show up. If it, that ongoing communication is everything, and that's been probably what sets us apart the most. And we're like presentable.
Yeah, I like that. Let's talk about AI. I mean, it's interesting to me. I think that there's a lot of ways AI can be used for the construction space, but are you leveraging it at all? And if you're not, like, what are some ways you feel like you could be using it?
We're not using it at all. I bet we could throw into Chat GPT, give me a bid for a 16 by 24 deck with TimberTech decking and hidden fasteners, and it probably would shoot out something. I just have never tried it.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
What
that's
is
a good idea.
what's something, Zach, that you're really passionate about that we haven't talked about so far? What's something that lights you up that you get excited to talk about?
Well, it's interesting because being away for 10 months in San Diego, which we're going back and going to be there for another 6 months at least. Uh, Being forced to remove myself from the day to day is probably the best thing that ever happened to the business. And when I had the right players in the right positions and really gave them autonomy to run the business, like going back 3 years, there's no way I thought I could leave for a year and the business would get stronger and scale. but that's what happened because the right people in the right place. So I'm pretty passionate about my culture and my crew. I see them more of like as employees. I see them more as people I can really bless and be a huge part of their growth in life. Um, and then stepping away, I was able to start another business. It's called Unspecial. It's a special ed. I have a podcast where I have on parents and just hear their unique stories and journeys. So I would say my passion lies more in supporting the special needs community, but
Cool.
the construction has given me the avenue to be able to pursue that. Yeah.
I love that. Zach, if people want to learn more about who you are and what you do, where can they go?
We're all over social media, Ponder Construction, LLC.com, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to dive into the special needs world, Unspecial is our Instagram handle and a Facebook handle. Yeah. Pretty easy to find people nowadays.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. Everybody go check out Ponder Construction and Unspecial on his Instagram. Thanks so much for joining us, Zach.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool, man.